Today we are going to walk through how to install Apache Airflow on an EC2 instance. So first of all, we'll go to the AWS account and type in EC2. So once we're in the EC2 window, we'll go to security groups and we'll create a new security group. Let's name the security group as Airflow EC2 security group and put it in a description here. Allow users to access Airflow. So once we've put in the description and selected our VPC, which in this case is the default VPC, we'll go ahead and add the inbound rules. So first inbound rule will be for the SSH traffic, and we'll put anywhere IPv4. So this rule allows us to connect to our EC2 instance using SSH to download Airflow packages. We'll add another inbound rule, and this one is for custom TCP, and then the port is 8080 because our Airflow web server will sit on this port. So in order to communicate to that, we need to whitelist port 8080 on our EC2 instance and then put in my IP for the IP range. Then we'll go ahead and create the security group. So once the security group has been created, we'll go on to instances and then launch an EC2 instance. We'll name the EC2 instance as Airflow EC2 instance. Choose the AMI as Amazon Linux. Choose the instance type as T2 small. And for key pair, we don't need any key pair because we'll be connecting with the EC2 instance through EC2 instance connect. But in case you want to connect with the EC2 instance using PuTTY utility or using your terminal, go ahead and create a new key pair and create the new key pair, and using that key pair you can connect to your EC2 instance. But we are not going to do that in this tutorial, so we'll proceed without a key pair. So for the security group setting, we are going to select an existing security group, and then we are going to choose the security group Airflow EC2 security group that we just created, and the rest of the settings will remain as default, and then we're going to launch our EC2 instance. So we're going to go in the instances, refresh the page. So our Airflow EC2 instance is up and running. It's in the initialization phase. So we'll refresh it a couple of times, and then we'll select this EC2 instance, click on connect, choose the EC2 instance connect option and connect. So we are establishing the connection using SSH, and we are now in the EC2 console. Okay, so once we are in, we're going to clear our scheme and then update the packages inside of the EC2 instance by using sudo yum update -y. Once that is done, we need to install our pip, which is the Python package manager. So we'll put in sudo yum -y install python pip command to do so. So once the Python pip package has been installed, we'll clear out the screen, and then we'll pip install virtual env, which is a package to create the virtual environments in Python. So we are going to install our Airflow package using this virtual env package. We're going to create a virtual environment. So in order to do so, we'll enter python -m, python 3-m, and then v and v, and then we're going to put in the virtual environment name venv, airflow venv. So this is going to create a Airflow environment for us, a Airflow virtual environment for us. Then we are going to activate the environment. So we're going to type source and then the environment name, which is in our case Airflow vn, and then bin activate. Okay, so our Python Airflow environment, Airflow vn, has been created and activated. So you can see it on the left hand side of your screen. So once we are inside our virtual environment, what we can do is that we can go ahead and install Apache Airflow. So pip install Apache Airflow. So this is going to download our Apache Airflow. This is going to take more than a couple of seconds, so perhaps 30 seconds or so. So it's downloading a bunch of dependencies, Flask dependency for the web server, and then some more dependencies for the scheduler and stuff. So we'll keep on waiting until these dependencies get downloaded. Okay, now these dependencies have been successfully downloaded. Let's check whether Airflow has been installed by using the Airflow help command. Okay, perfect. So we can see the output of the Airflow help command. So we can see all these commands which are available to us, meaning that Airflow has been successfully downloaded or installed on the EC2 instance. Now let's see what has been downloaded. So let's type in ls to list down the folders. So we see an Airflow folder has been created. So let's go into that Airflow folder and do an ls. So we see logs folder has been there. So let's create a DAGs folder in there where we can place our DAGs. So I'm creating the DAG folder. Let's go inside the DAG folder, and now let's create a initial DAG. So we'll type initial DAG.py. So we're going to create our initial DAG here. So first of all, from Airflow, we are going to import DAG to create the DAG itself, and then from Airflow dot operators dot dummy underscore operator, you're going to import dummy operator, and then from datetime you're going to import datetime because we need to define the start date of a DAG. So then we're going to define some default parameters for the DAG. So defining default parameters for the DAG definition. So here we're going to define the default arguments or parameters. Then we're going to put in the start date here, and let's put in a start date of let's say today, so 2025 2 and 9, and then we can also put in a retries. So let's put in retries as maybe 2. We define a DAG default argument. So let's define the DAG. So defining the DAG definition here, and the way we define the DAG is the with keyword and then DAG, and then we're going to put in a name for the DAG, so maybe an initial DAG, and then the default arguments are going to be the default arguments that we have defined above, and then the schedule interval is going to be daily for now, at the rate of daily, and then we are going to define it as DAG. Okay, so So we're going to define a bunch of tasks using the dummy operator. So let me go and define task. Define first task. So this is our start task. I'm going to define it using the dummy operator, and then the task ID is going to be our start task. Okay, now we're going to define a couple of more tasks. So define parallel task 1. So this is parallel task 1, and it's going to be a dummy operator once again. We're going to use dummy operators throughout. So we just want to create a dummy DAG here. So this will have a task ID of parallel task 1. We'll define our parallel task 2. Parallel task 2 is again going to be defined by the dummy operator. The task ID is going to be parallel task 2, and then we're defining our last task. Define last task, and this is going to be our end task. And again, we're going to leverage the dummy operator. Define a task ID as end task, and then we are going to define the dependencies between the tasks. So here's how we define the dependencies. So start task will be the first task which should get executed. Then we'll use the greater than sign or the bit shift sign, and then we'll define our parallel tasks in a list. So the list defines that these parallel tasks will be executed in parallel. So parallel task 1, and then parallel task 2, and then again the bit shift or the greater than equal to sign, and then we'll define our end task. So this defines basically the dependencies between the tasks, the order in which they'll be executed. So we've defined a very basic DAG here, only 4 tasks here, just to show you that we can define our own DAGs inside Airflow. So once the DAG has been set up, then what we'll do is that we'll enter the Airflow standalone task, command, and then we'll run this command, Airflow standalone. And what this will do is that this will create a user for us, an admin user, and it will also give us a password of this user, and it will set up the Airflow scheduler as well as the UI, and we can access that UI using the username admin, and then the password which has been defined here. So let's go to our EC2 instance and see how we can access the Airflow web UI. So we'll go to our instances, we'll go into details, and then we'll copy the public IPv4 DNS name. So we'll paste that here, and then colon 8080. This is the port where our Airflow web server is running on. So we'll enter that, and here you see the Airflow login page. So we'll put an admin as the username, and then we'll go back to our EC2 instance. So here you see a lot of logs because we have opened the UI, the web server UI. So we're going to copy this password, and then we are going to paste that in here, and then sign in. Yeah. So here we see that the Airflow URI is being rendered here. So let's search for our DAG, which was initial DAG. Let's search for that, and here you see we have our initial DAG, which our start task, our parallel task 2, our parallel task 1, all of them are in parallel, and then we have our end task. So let me quickly go and run or trigger the task, and then we'll see here. So you see the start task has been executed. Those 2 tasks happen in parallel, and then we then we continue with our end task. So this was a short demo where we downloaded Airflow onto our EC2 instance, and then we created our own DAG by creating the DAGs directory within the Airflow folder, and then we created our own DAG, and then we were able to access the UI and create our own DAGs. So this is a very short and quick and dirty way of getting Airflow up and running on AWS Cloud. And I hope you like this one, and see you again. Bye bye.